Moses Adams Jr. was born May 11, 1947, in Los Angeles, California. At an early age, his family moved to Hallettsville with his grandparents. He attended Hallettsville High School during racial segregation and graduated from the Stephen Mayo School District in 1966. And during the same year, he enlisted in the U.S. Army. He received his BA in art education from Texas Southern University in 1980 and spent 27 years as an art educator from the Houston Independent School District. Presently, Moses is retired and working on his personal retrospective of rural life, showcasing his art and his grandmother's quilts, and he is a patron of the Hallet Gallery. Dolores Byars has always been stirred by incredible beauty of nature. Early education in a private school where arts and culture were emphasized as much as science enhanced that appreciation. In fourth grade, while developing her interest in writing and poetry, Dee realized that in describing the colors, shapes of nature, she was painting a picture in words. She took her first painting lessons with watercolor artist Glenn Ellen Maxwell in Waco in 2017. Dee admires the landscapes of Winslow Homer, John Sargent for their use of nature's colors. She likewise favors blue, green, and yellow, nature's colors, in her own work. Inspired by frequent drives in the countryside, Dee has begun painting a collection of dilapidated barns. She has completed 7 pieces from old farmlands in Lavaca County. Dianne Appelt, Hallettsville native, studied art at Sam Houston State, Southwest Texas State, and Victoria College. She tried watercolor, pastels, and ink wash. However, it was upon her return to Hallettsville in 2015 that she began oil painting under Michael Windberg. Dianne's current paintings reflect realism in rural landscapes and the sea. As she continues her studies, she plans to experiment in abstract realism where the viewer can discover details. For Dianne, it's all about the beautiful color and a glimpse of life. Born in Cali, Colombia, Mary Gullette came to the United States in 1991 and worked while she attended college. She helped her family and friends move from Cali to Houston. Her extended family and friends lived with her and her husband Kenny, and they were settled into the Houston area. She started painting in oil in 1994 under the guidance of Charles Darnell. Her artworks reflect scenes of people sharing daily activities. Gullette's work has been shown at the St. Francis Episcopal Church, St. John Vianney, Barnes & Noble, Art in the Park in Middletown, Houston, Cinco Ranch, Golf Court, and the Fulshire Art Walk. Gullette often painted the Lavaca County Courthouse, the Le Bosca House, and other Queen Anne-style architecture. Her mother-in-law is Lois Gullette in Hallettsville. She passed away from cancer on March 22, 2023, and she continues to live on through her art in our hearts. Debbie Holling grew up all over the world, and from her experiences, she is an ever-evolving artist who has painted with acrylics, watercolor, and oil paints. She has painted and will paint again abstracts, landscapes, and still life. Holling's techniques vary, including glazing, palette knife, and using a limited color palette. Her forte is painting portraits. Primarily self-taught at the age 10, Holling began to study under Michael Windberg in 2017, at which time she painted her first landscapes. She also studied the Da Vinci technique of painting portraits under the atelier method. After her retirement from commercial banking, she moved to her South Central Texas ranch. Phyllis Rivera has been living in the Yoakum area since after she and her husband Ben retired from Houston. Rivera, who has always had an interest in painting and drawing, she began painting in watercolor and acrylics in 2014. In 2017, she started instruction with Michael Windberg and transitioned from acrylics to oils. Her favorite subjects are scenes associated with water and wildlife. She enjoys fishing, kayaking, and other outdoor activities with her friends and family. As a child in Coleman, Texas, Lois Weiss occasionally played with her older sister's Betty's oil paints, much to Betty's dismay. In high school, she often painted campaign posters with caricatures of friends running for student council offices. After graduating from Texas Christian University, serving in the Peace Corps, she painted illustrations for classes on health and sanitation for Brazilian villagers. When she had the opportunity to take classes with Michael Windberg at the age of 74, she graduated from tempera and purchased her first oil paints and brushes. Weiss serves as president of the local art league. Michael Windberg is a classical realism painter who was taught by his father, Dalhart Windberg. Michael Windberg is a master painter of light, color, and shadow. He is a living textbook on art with his experiences working as an artist for over 25 years. In charge of his own galleries in Georgetown and other locations, Michael is residing in Lavaca County and is currently painting and teaching. His art is for sale at Hallet Gallery, downtown Hallettsville. Larry Charles is a classic watercolor artist. His paintings reflect his love of flowers, trees, gardens, and fruits from the rural Texas, the Colorado Rockies, and the Gulf Coast. Larry's use of bold color and strong strokes is eye-catching. In 25 years plus that he has been painting, he has continued to learn by taking classes from watercolor and drawing artists. Larry is a native Coloradoan who married a fifth-generation Texan and now lives in Lavaca County on the Texas prairie. He is enjoying the native plants, wildlife, and birds that habitat the land near his home. Most of the time, these subjects make their way into his paintings. His public art can be seen in heavy traffic and hidden places in cities. Stephen Pituch has been serious about his photography for over 50 years. Although he is proficient with digital, his true love is for large format photography. The quality of the images from black and white film and older cameras and lenses just cannot be duplicated any other way. Whether he is making a portrait or a landscape, he slowly and methodically makes his images the old-fashioned way, using a heavy wooden tripod and a camera with the bellows and a focusing clock. He painted in his youth, and when he decided to expand his horizons in art theory, he decided that the best way to do so was to try oil painting and 3D sculpture. He now is focusing primarily on fine art photography. Ken Kopacki has said, "I look at the world and see moments waiting to be captured, preserved forever, the simplicity in my search for that perfect vista that is both an untouched landscape and a once-in-a-lifetime moment where everything falls into place to create a stunning image. What can be found down some random back road or what's over the horizon, that's what I live for. I take it beyond all that and bring out the hidden beauty all around us. My subjects range from a lonely tree perched upon a hilltop to forgotten cars and an overlooked history. It's the human experience, one frame at a time." Most people don't associate art with the oil and gas industry, but once you've seen the dramatic work of Mieko Mahi, one of the world's leading energy photographers, you might think otherwise. Commissioned by industry, energy magazines, and leading oil and gas firms, Mieko travels the world to photograph onshore and offshore drilling rigs, barges, pipelines, and oil refineries. Over the years, Mieko's work has been becoming increasingly artistic. Inspired by Charlie Sheeler in the 30s, she's offering a personal and creative perspective to her work. In 2015, Mieko created the Hallet Gallery to bring art to the forefront of the community and is co-founder and president of Hallet Oak Foundation. A keen eye for color and mosaics designs, Linda Cejka has been teaching painting classes and spending her time as co-founder of the Hallet Oak Foundation, which operates Hallet Oak Gallery as a place to see and enjoy art. She plans on ongoing cultural art activities and new programs. Cejka has a bachelor's in art and literature from the University of Texas and a master's of business administration from Our Lady of the Lake University. Working in Houston most of her career as an education travel coordinator, she moved to Hallettsville, Texas, and is working from her home office. Her most recent project as a media director, she planned and coordinated the Hallettsville video that is in the Traveling Smithsonian Museum on the Main Street Spark Places of Innovation, which will be shown from 2023 through 2029 across the United States. Native Texas artist Julie Marie Marsh lives and works in Moravia, Texas at Arrow Rock Studios. She spent years blowing and fusing glass and learning the art of metal smithing. She graduated from the University of Texas at Arlington with a Master in Fine Arts and works as a faculty member of the Art and Art History Department. Her focus was curriculum for 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional design. She spent numerous years living and working in northern Arizona, making artwork using metal, glass, and mixed media for sale and teaching. Her time spent on vast desert landscapes has inspired her current body of work. She published Fluid Occurrence in 2011 and has sold and shown her work all over the country. Marsh explains, "My artwork is an investigation of material possibility inspired by nature in quiet places of reverence." Longtime Galveston Bay Area resident and sculptor James Jim Phillips is a self-taught chainsaw welding artist who gives credit to his mother's inspiration and his innate artistic skill and talent. When his practice sculptures were stolen, he figured it was time to pursue carving full-time. In 2008, Hurricane Ike wiped out many of the trees in Galveston. He reclaimed them as art and became famous across Texas for his tree sculptures. The Hallettsville community fundraised for Jim to carve 2 bison from the deceased 250-year-old Hallet oak tree. As Jim worked day after day on the sculpture, townspeople visited, and now he's part of the community. He will always call Lavaca County home because the people here grew to love him. Paige Woodring studied dentistry and biomedical science at Texas A&M and is currently working in dentistry and art. When the opportunity arose at Hallet Oak Gallery for her to utilize space for a personal project, her soon-to-be published book, Paige quickly dove into her drawings. The intricate woodgreen drawings offer a hint why it's so important for her to follow the world of art. Paige resides in Hallettsville with her husband Eric, who is a musician and songwriter focused on traditional country. See historical timelines, experience science, see the events, sign up for the newsletter, volunteer, save the dates. And we appreciate our sponsors to make our gallery open for free admission. We're a small town, big art, Hallet Oak Gallery. Hope to see you.